He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format, because nobody gives a fuck. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show. How to get rich off the coronavirus. Shit. I said it. Coronavirus and rich in the same sentence. Now, I don't mean, doing crap things, doing shitty things like, holding back or buying toilet roll in bulk and selling that shit for 3, 4, 5, 10 times more to vulnerable people that need it. No. I'm not talking about buying antibacterial wash and shit like that, rice, pasta, and storing it, buying it in bulk and selling it for 10, 20, 30 times more because people need to eat or keep clean. No, that shit. Don't do that shit. What I'm talking about is how to get rich off the coronavirus. So let me explain what I mean by that. Making money and getting access to unlimited opportunities, because right now, during the pandemic, in the coronavirus, shit, you can. There is money to be made everywhere. There's unlimited opportunities that you can get access to, which are everywhere because of everything that's happened. Now, if you guys wasn't killing it already, in your company, before the coronavirus, then you're fucked. And you need this episode, you need this podcast, you need me right now. I'm going to share with you how you can get every agent in your city calling you. Now, why would you want them calling you? So you can get a constant flow of deals. I'm talking about deals that you can rent, deals that you can use as rent-to-rents, deals that you can lease, you can provide guaranteed rent on. And I'm also talking about estate agents, giving you deals that you can buy. Below the market value I'm talking about. You're also going to be able to, build relationships. So you can do deals with these agents as the market comes back. And right now as well. And in better times. Fuck. There's people getting fired. Unemployment is rising. People are forced into unemployment by no fault of their own. The high streets will never, ever look or be the same again after this. Because right now, you guys have the opportunity to get rich off the coronavirus. I said it again, but it's okay. Now, this is not complicated, okay? The gurus, the so-called gurus that pisses me off, they want to confuse you. They want to make out that this shit, making money in property, making money in business, they want to make out, those fucking gurus, that shit is complicated. So you guys think that you need to buy more of their shit, some property course, to give you the answers, to give you the secrets, to give you the nuggets, to give you the missing bits. That's bollocks. I'm here to do one thing, to tell all of you the truth. You don't need to buy that shit or get fed that shit anymore. Your time, my friend, is now. Information is free if you hadn't noticed. Fuck. I give away my best content, my best tactics, my best strategies every single day or several times a week on this fucking podcast. It's 100% free. So you guys no longer have any excuses that you couldn't feed your family or you couldn't pay your bills. So let me explain a bit more about how this strategy works and what I'm talking about. When shit gets real, like it is now, my friends, listen, I had over 100 tenants that were on the verge of may not being able to pay the rent to me, to my company. More or less all at the same time in the space of about 3 weeks when the rent due dates were coming up. Now, shit got real in my company, in my mind, in my soul, and I had to pivot fast. Or, that's it, game over. Because I was overexposed in property. I've got different portfolios with different things, with student lets, with corporate lets, with booking.com or, like Airbnb style, and then normal tenants, and then some buy-to-letters, and then we got some shared houses, and then we got some HMOs, and we got professional tenants and mid-term tenants and corporate and everything else. But when there's no employment, or when unemployment is rising, people are losing their jobs like that, then the tenants can't pay the rent. So yeah, shit got real for me in my portfolio, and I had to pivot and do things differently. But let me tell you what I learned about myself doing that, and I had the confidence from before in the 2008 crash as well, to do things differently, knowing that I had to. There's no alternative. Otherwise, what is the alternative? Go bankrupt, run out of money, have no deals left, no properties, lose the portfolio, everything that I've built up again and again and again, and then start from scratch. Yeah, I've done it many times before in the past, but I didn't need to be doing it again right now because I had the answers, I had the solutions that was inside me, and I have the confidence from doing this from before. To tell the truth, I actually enjoy these moments deep down. Even though they are scary as fuck, the risks are so high, you can lose everything. But it forces me to do, it forces me to, wake that hustler up inside me, to get shit done when the risk is my family may not be able to eat at the end of the month. Unless I can fix this situation and be creative. Do deals, put things together, put people together, restructure things, dig deep, use different strategies, tactics that only work right now in this market. And that's exactly what I did and what I share with you guys on this podcast 2, 3, 4 times a week for free. So let me ask you guys a question. If you own or rent a property, okay? This is how you can get agents calling you with opportunities, bringing you into the loop of deals, building relationships fast right now during the coronavirus so you guys can get rich off of this. This is how you get a constant flow of unlimited opportunities that can be an unlimited income so you can get everything you need, money, wealth, relationships, whatever it is right now during the coronavirus. So if you own a property, or you rent a property, all you need to do is list that property on Gumtree. It's 100% free. If you rent a property, list that property on Gumtree, or just make one up if you can. Borrow a friend's property, borrow the address, borrow the pictures, etc., or use a family member's and list it on Gumtree. Now I'm talking about if you haven't got properties and you're just getting started. If you have, great, just list one of your own ones. But if you haven't, you need to be creative. Think outside the box. Let me explain what I mean by that and why you need to put a property on Gumtree right now. When you have a property on Gumtree to rent or for sale, if it's for sale by owner, agents right now, letting agents, estate agents, what are they doing? They're trying to find new business. How are they trying to find new business? They're all sitting at home on their computers, on the internet, trying to find new customers. Where are the customers? Advertising privately on Gumtree or for sale by owner. There's many websites out there. I don't need to go into those details. Just Google it. For sale by owner websites or Gumtree. Landlords advertising properties to rent. So then what happens? The phone rings. An agent in your city will call you. Okay? Rent-to-rent companies, rent-to-rent people, rent-to-rent investors, short-letting companies, relocation companies, they will call you as well, replying to your advert. When you put the property up for sale by owner companies or listings or websites, The estate agents will call you, and what's the one thing they have in common? They think you're a seller or you're a landlord, and you've either got a property to sell or to rent, and they want to do business with you. It really is that simple, okay? Now, you can always say that unfortunately that property they're calling about has just been let. Or you may say you have others. You may say then at that time that you buy property or you lease property or you introduce yourself or you say what you do, and then it opens up the dialogue from that one moment. You be creative, you do something different, you think outside the box, you list a property that you have or even you don't have on those websites right now. If you're an entrepreneur looking for the easiest and fastest way to replace your salary in 2020 using the latest property investment strategies that are built for the now, which enable you to replace the average salary, I'm talking about around £28,000 a year. That's without buying a single property. So that you can get your time back to spend those important moments with your spouse, with your family, with your children, and start earning what you're worth. Now, I created a 90-minute free training program that you can all watch right now. It's 100% free. Now, it walks you through a property investment strategy that enables you to pay the landlord £1,000 in rent per calendar month and collect around £3,000 in rent per calendar month. Now, this means you get to ethically keep that uplift, which is around £2,000 every single month per property. Now, if that's something that your family would benefit from, you should head over to www.perfectpropertydeal.com. That's perfectpropertydeal.com and watch my free training while it's still up. The phone starts ringing. Agents are calling you. This is the valuers, okay? This is the surveyors or the valuers, the one person that you want to speak to. This is the one person that has all the answers to everything that you need if you're in the property business and you're looking for deals, whether you're just getting started or whether you're up and running and you don't know how to get in front of the person who makes the decisions in that branch, in that agency, in that company. And this is it. Fuck, this is the answer. The opportunity is right now, my friends. You can have all of these people calling you, okay? If you're a landlord and you don't know how to increase your rent up to 199% using booking.com, then you're making a big mistake. Because every £1,000 of rent is now returning £3,000 every single month on booking.com. And you never have to evict a tenant again. I'm serious. Anyways, I created an ebook. It's called The Rent Arbitrage Machine. So I can show you exactly how you can increase your rent up to 199% on your own rental properties. Just head over to theyrentanyhome.com/free book and just tell me where to send your free copy. Obviously, when they call you, that's your moment. That's your time. That's when you can open the dialogue. You can start the process of building a relationship. You can say that maybe that property's gone, but you have others, etc., that may come up from time to time, and then you start to talk to them, you start to build rapport, you find out a bit more about them, they find a bit more about you, then you suggest, well, what you're looking for and what else you can help with, and have they got anything on their books that isn't renting if you're involved in rent to rent. Then you can ask them, what have you got that hasn't sold or hasn't rented or still sitting vacant now? What have you got along these lines? We may be able to work together and help each other. Is this stuff starting to make sense? Is it starting to make sense? It really is that simple. So let me ask you this. Well, let me tell you this. When can this be used? The first one's easy. Whenever you need to make more money. Does anybody listening to this need to make more money right now? That's exactly when you can use this tactic. Also, if you're looking to expand your network, if you want to expand your network, this tactic enables you to do exactly that. have all of these companies, agencies, rent-to-rent people, relocation companies, guaranteed rent companies, corporate relocations, all calling you. Then you get their phone number, then you get their name, then you've got their email, then they're on the end of the phone, now they're in your phone contact. Now you can talk to them, now you can follow up with them, now you can ask them what else they have, now you can, see what else is going on, and you can do deals with these people to expand your network. This helps you build your business. This will help you replace your salary. If you're looking to build a big company, if you're looking to succeed at whatever it is that you want right now, whatever your financial goals are, in your town, in your city, or in the city that you choose to operate and do business in, wherever that may be over the UK, that is the location where you would list this advert. Fuck, this has worked for me so many times in the past. So many times in the past. We even used to do this as like a fishing expedition. Let me give you another example. Many years ago, I was looking for investors that could invest money into property deals that my company would find. And I used, say, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 other investors to then buy lots of property in bulk with them. My company was controlling everything. They come along. We was using the power of buying in bulk. Let me give you an example. There was around 15 or 16 properties on one site in Cardiff Bay around about 2006 that I bought. Now, it was George Wimpey was the developer. And I remember I needed to buy a certain amount of properties to reach a certain level of discount, which off the top of my head was probably about 25 to 30%. Now, what I did was obviously had to find investors that I could invest alongside, or they would invest alongside me, my company. I would give them, a share of the discount that I got, which enabled me to get however many properties I wanted at that level of discount, buying in bulk. So what did I do? When I didn't have enough investors, we had the pay-per-click campaign going non-stop, spending thousands every single month. But I also used this strategy, a Gumtree strategy, a local newspaper strategy, advertising a discounted property for sale. Maybe I had it, maybe I'd sold it, maybe it was a friend's, maybe it wasn't even real at the time, but putting it on the market for sale at a little bit below the market value. What does that do? Fuck, it flushes out the investors in that town, in that city. Then they start contacting you or me right then to say, hello, I'm an investor, I'm a cash buyer, etc. I'm looking to buy in this particular street. This is my name, this is my email. I'm ready to move. This is my position. This is my lawyer. I'd like to do the deal. And then what do you do with that? Use that information, use those investors, use those people that are ready to go. And then whenever you have a deal, whenever you have an opportunity, once you've obviously spoken to them and vetted them, found out they have got the funds and they are in a position to move and where they want to invest, that's it. It really is that simple. You don't need to go on some £10,000 training course to discover this shit. This is real. This is just the type of things that investors do all day, every day, being creative. So you guys can succeed at whatever you want, whatever your financial goals are, as long as you think outside the box. This is just one tactic I'm sharing with you guys today in this episode. So let's talk about the negative consequences. If you don't do this, if you don't manage to, execute this strategy, if you don't do this shit right now, you will get nothing. Now, if you're afraid to pick the phone up when the phone rings because you've followed what I said, you've placed the advert, now you've got an agent calling you. If you're afraid to pick the phone up when it rings, you might be thinking, what will I say to them? Or what don't I say to them? You might even be thinking, what if I say the wrong thing? And then you might say, well, what if they know that I'm just starting out? What if they know I'm a property investor imposter? Fuck that. If you have these voices in your head, there's no amount of property courses that are going to get you what you want. Because tactics, strategies to make money are not what you need. You need a fucking mindset coach if that's what you're thinking. Forget buying another shitty course. Put that money on black in the casino or invest that money in a fucking mindset coach because that's what you need. No more drugs from some property course selling company who tries to sell you shit that you don't need. That's not what you need. If you've got any of those voices, which is okay. If you're just starting out, if you're a beginner, that's okay. But you don't need another property course. You need a fucking mindset coach. Get your mind right, get your house in order, get that shit together, and everything will come in an abundance. But you're not going to find it as like a drug where some of these course selling companies have got you on like life support. They suck you in with something free. And then the something free isn't really free. It's just a fake free because they're just fucking manipulating you with some marketing and sales tactics to get you into their fucking funnel. And then when you're inside, they give you some basic information, which they would say, imagine it's like a value ladder, number 1 to number 10. You come in on the free thing, then they give you enough information as number 1. And then when you buy at the end of number 1, they take you to level 2. Yeah, now you're at level 2. And then when you get to the end of level 2, where you're just getting built up enough, then they offer you level 3. Now you're buying at level 3, you're talking and doing different things and, finding out more at level 3. And then they offer you level 4. Fuck, you need level 4. You can't stop at level 3 because you're never going to get to the next level. You have to get level 4. So you buy. You buy number 1, you buy level 2, you buy level 3, you buy level 4, all the way end to level 10 or wherever the top of their value ladder is. But now you're spending 20 grand or you spent 20 grand already and now you're in some fucking overpriced fucking mentorship, some fucking bollocks that you don't fucking need. That's the reality out there. That's the reality. I've been doing this nearly 20 years and that's what I see everywhere getting peddled. Fuck. I give away my best fucking content for free every single day on this podcast for free. How can you hold that back? Just talk when you know certain things and then condition yourself to speak to only give away level 1 because I need to buy level 1 before I'm going to talk about level 2 with them. I can't talk about level 10 or 8, 9, 10 stuff because they need to buy level 1 and level 2 first before they even get to level 3. So no, they can't come into this club. I can't talk to them about this. I can't share that info. I've got to keep that back. That's what they're thinking. That's how they structure everything that they do. It's fucking shocking. It's terrible. But anyway, fuck that. That's the truth. That's a truth bomb. So let's look at some of the opportunities. The positive things that can come from this. Right now, you need to provide for your family. It's your duty. You also need to make sure that your bank doesn't go down to 0. In this fucking coronavirus, shit is real. You need to get your family through this. Now, if you don't want to downsize, if you don't want to be, or seen as a disappointment to your family because you did nothing to save them when you could have done something, you can actually hold your head high as a man or as a woman and beat this fucking coronavirus. Get shit done because shit is real now. Now you need to go and do moves, make things happen, be creative just to stay in business at the least. And if you want to thrive, my friend, you need to dig deep and sort things out. Sort your shit out now. Get your game together now, right now. Otherwise, you could sink. You may never build the confidence to come back after this if you don't move now. Right now, it's your time. You need to put the work in. You need to execute on these tactics. This is one tactic that I've shared with you, how you can get rich off of coronavirus, to get an unlimited amount of opportunities, unlimited access to deals, to properties to buy, to properties to rent, properties you can do rent to rent with, relationships you can build. This is how you can make the most of this right now and get rich off the coronavirus. I said it again. Or it's game over for you and your family. Nobody wants that.
He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format, because nobody gives a fuck. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show.